But of course, unfortunately, some people in whom he places confidence abuse it. I'm not going to go into detail, but they know themselves. Yeah, they abuse it. But nonetheless, he's a man that will take responsibility. And he says, even in private to me, to say, well, I appointed them. Okay, and sometimes I have to be tolerant of some inefficiencies, some backroom deals, but ultimately it's my name. But I feel sure that in totality, we will get to appreciate the man. But the particularly insightful contribution of this volume lies in his rigorous analysis of the greatest challenge that President Buhari faced, which Madam should identify as, quote, the perception challenge and the tyranny of high expectation. And this perception challenge is not small. President Buhari himself often reminds, when I'm with him, that, you know, this is your America. He refers to them as my America because I've spent an enormous amount of time in the US as a student, teacher, and worker. He said, can you imagine that I was invited by President Trump at that time, head of state of Nigeria, invited by the president. We sat down in front of the camera. He said, Mr. President, why are you killing Christians in your country? Well, because the perception from the Christian right that was given to him was that this was an Islamic fundamentalist who is bent on just killing Christians in his country. So, perception challenge and the tyranny of high expectations, which is that Buhari has come, he must solve all problems, both domestic and foreign. And I must say that this is also something that we have to reflect on as Nigerians. We always think that we have a president who should resolve all problems. But he can't. Every president leads, sets example, has to be accountable, but the responsibility or the guarantee of success belongs not just to the president, but to those who assist him, those who are sometimes imposed on him, and the rest of the people. That's why security, with due respect to General Burtai is here and all the other generals, national security is not the responsibility of the president and commander-in-chief alone. I think it was the famous General Colin Powell who said, or it's Rumsfeld, Secretary of Defense, he said, you don't fight a war with the army you wish. You fight a war with the army that you have. So in many ways, a country deserves the kind of president they get because it's a reflection of the country. However, there are times when the country gets a president that is better than what they deserve, or sometimes worse. And the process of selecting the president, I'm using this podium and this book to be, we must look into political parties in Nigeria, how presidential candidates, gubernatorial candidates are selected, by whom, and in what process, begin. Because if garbage in, garbage out. But people feel, well, it's not our business, we are not politicians. I'm not a politician myself, student political science. But the country's business is our business, collective business. Security is our collective business. But yes, we hold the leader responsible has to take responsibility as the leader. And no leader is there that he doesn't want. Because if you don't want, you can always leave. So by accepting, then that's affect your responsibility for people to put their lives in your hands. And I believe to the best of his ability, Buhari did his best with what he had. Now, I'm coming to the end of my presentation. A particularly insightful contribution of this volume lies in the fact that we didn't have at the beginning what we call strategic communication or strategic approach in addressing criticism in the right spirit and often concrete communication solution for dealing with scenarios. Many people think that being a spokesman is just to abuse everybody, or tit for tat. It's not it. It's communication to get the president's policies understood and, if possible, accepted by the generality of the people. That's the role. And therefore, you have to take a strategic approach to it. Duke, I'm not speaking for you. You know, I'm just a simple man from Ilori. But that's what strategic communication is about, not abusing, you know. Because how can you be abusing people? And, you know, you will explain what you are trying to do, what are the constraints, and what efforts you are making, and therefore how the president deserves the support which he needs. So, this dimension of strategic communication offers invaluable lessons for every public servant and aspiring leader on navigating the complexities of public opinion in a vibrant democracy, particularly in an era contending with misinformation and the inherent risk of spinning stories. Yeah. And also, I sympathize because Garba Shehu, Femi Adesina, they are the spokesmen, but they are the designated spokesmen. There are so many people who speak for the president. Boss Mustafa speaks for the president. Gambari sometimes speaks for the president. You know, chairman of the party speaks for the president. Sometimes traditional rulers speak for the president. Some unofficial advisors, these mysterious people that never come to the public front, you know, but Nigerians know them and go to them. They speak for the president. So how do you, the designated spokesman, coordinate all of this in serving the president? But beyond the rich narrative of the two presidencies that Madam Garba Shehu served, the book serves as an invaluable pedagogical instrument for practitioners. It delves into the crucial importance of record keeping, the cultivation of robust interpersonal relationship, and explicates the immense ethical power wielded by journalists in their decisions to print or not to print. It highlights the advent of strategic communication in the villa and offers a comprehensive blueprint for ethical leadership development, inspiring the future generation to serve with distinction. I feel sure, therefore, Excellencies and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that this book will undoubtedly serve as a critical reference for future administrations striving for enhanced accountability and efficiency. So, there are many reasons to commend this book. There are many reasons why you should buy this book. There are many reasons why you should read this book. But what seems to me one of the best reasons is that the author is committed to mentorship. You know, mentorship. Yeah. There was a time in this country when the leaders mentored people. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa mentored Shehu Shagari and others. Ahmadu Bello mentored several people. You know, I'm also a beneficiary of the kind of mentoring that Ahmadu Bello did by suggesting that there are young Northerners that should be sent to King's College. Why is it? It's a federal government secondary school, the only federal government boys secondary school. No Northerners there. Go there. You know, grow there. Go there and grow there. Send people like Baba Gana Kingbe and influence. They are being sent to UK as undergraduates, Sussex. I don't know why I went to Sussex, by the way, when there was the London School of Economics, there were Oxford and Cambridge. But that's a story for another time. But you see, they groomed people, they mentored people, and where we are today. So where are who have people mentored that followed those great leaders of our country? So this gentleman, Garba